Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So it is that time of the month again. We are at the end of February. We're at the end of March. So today's video is going to be my March favorites. It's actually pretty ridiculous that every time I film these, I always get a little confused. It's probably just because I can never fully grasp the fact that we are at the end of another month. So by the time this video goes up, it will be April, the beginning of April, which means March is over, which means this will be my March favorites. So I do have a lot of products that I want to share with you guys, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the intro. Just make sure that if you are new, you go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can be the first to know anytime that I upload a new video. And if you are not new, you guys know I have to thank you for coming back. I always appreciate your support. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. And let's go ahead and jump into my March beauty favorites. So the first product that I want to talk to you guys about is actually a subscription. You guys know I love my subscriptions. I currently am subscribed to Ipsy and BoxyCharm and the Morphe Me Morphe Brushes monthly brush box. So I recently found out about another subscription that I thought was pretty cool and wanted to share with you guys because in my opinion it's really unique and not anything that I've ever really heard of. It's similar to other subscriptions, but it's also really different. So let me go ahead and tell you about it instead of telling you about it and not actually telling you. So this is what it is. This is called Choi. The subscription is called Choi. And basically what it is a subscription box of smaller size samples. So I know that like with Ipsy, you get like deluxe size samples in your box. With this one, you get more of like, I mean, it's a decent size sample. They're not quite as big as the Ipsy ones, but the difference is with this box, you can actually go on the website and choose what samples and products you want to try. So I feel like that's kind of like the neat part of it, is that you can go on there. They have tons of different brands, from Hourglass to NARS to Giorgio Armani, all types of different brands on the site, and you can choose which of those brands that you want to sample so that you can try it out before you actually go out and commit to spending the money for the full size product. So with this particular box, you get 5 samples and each sample is $5. So that ends up coming out to $25. You actually have the option also to become an elite member with the subscription, which is $20 a month. And with that, you get 5 samples every single month for $20. And you can pick and choose each month which ones you want to try. And whether you do the elite membership or not, each time that you spend $5 for a sample, it goes as a $5 credit towards a purchase off of the website. And so it's actually really cool in my opinion. I will leave a link for you guys down below. I did want to go ahead and mention it to you because I got one a couple of months ago, and some of the products that I got in my box were, and on the inside of the box it tells you the things that you picked. I got the Smashbox Insta Matte Lipstick Transformer, the NARS Instant Line and Pore Perfector, which is something I've been wanting to try for a really long time, the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer, and then I also got the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So just to kind of show you, like, these are some of the little bottles that they come in, and they're all labeled with what you actually asked for. And like I said, I just think it's really cool because, again, you can choose the products that you want to actually sample, and that is what you get in your box for the month. So I will leave a link down below if you're interested. You can check it out and get a little bit more information. This is not sponsored or anything. I just wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was a pretty cool and unique idea. Alright, so moving right along, the first set of products that I want to talk about are face products, and the first one probably will not come as any surprise to you guys because I have been using it in my makeup tutorials all through the month of March since I purchased it, and this is the Benefit the Porefessional Matte Rescue. I mentioned this in my Ulta haul, and I've really been loving this product. I mentioned in my Ulta haul, which I will link for you in the top of the screen here, but I mentioned that the way that I use this is after I wash my face, after I moisturize, before I apply any of my primers, I will apply this all over my entire face. And basically what it does is helps to mattify and just smooth and blur out any, you know, imperfections or fine lines and things like that on your face. It just helps to mattify and fill in your pores. So I really, really love this. I've been using it every single day before I start my makeup routine, and I have found that it has really helped with controlling oil on my face. So wanted to go ahead and mention that. And then the second thing that I wanted to mention is also from Benefit, and it is the Porefessional Pore Minimizing Primer. If you used to watch my videos a long time ago, you guys know this used to be my holy grail, and I've kind of gotten away from using it because I've started using the Tarte Smoothing Primer and the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, and so I haven't purchased this in a really long time, but Ulta was recently having 5 times points on Benefit, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up because, like I said, it was my first love for filling in my pores, and I have re-fallen back in love with this. I've been using it just about every single day, so definitely had to go ahead and mention this as well. So next up, I want to talk about a couple of brushes, which I don't think I usually mention in my favorites videos, but I have a couple of brushes that I've really been loving for the month of March that I do want to go ahead and mention to you. The first one is this brush by e.l.f. This is a buffing, I think it's called the Ultimate Buffing Brush. I picked this up from Walmart. I'll list the actual correct name down below if what I just said is not correct, but of course it's a little dirty because I just finished using it. But I absolutely love this brush. I love it so much that I actually went back to Walmart and picked up another one. It was $6, and it's basically kind of like a rounded kabuki brush, and it just does a great job of buffing out my foundation, and it just makes it look so flawless. When I purchased this brush, like I said, and I used it the first time, I went right back out to Walmart and picked up another one because it's so affordable and it just buffs out my foundation so beautifully. I did use it to buff out my foundation today, and I'm just in love with this brush. And again, like I said, you cannot beat the price point, and it is definitely comparable to other more high-end or more expensive buffing brushes. The next brush that I have been loving for the month of March is this Sigma Tapered Kabuki F86 brush, and I've actually been using this brush to apply my powder underneath my eyes to set my concealer. You can also use this brush to blend out your concealer underneath your eyes. I personally prefer to use my beauty blender for that, but I have been using this brush to set underneath my eyes. It fits perfectly underneath that under eye area and also right up in this inner corner to really, you know, apply. If you want to bake, it can really apply the powder, or if you just want to apply the powder and kind of buff it off, it does a great job of setting my under eye and also down the center of my face as well. So I've been using this brush every single day. And then for my highlighter, I have been using the Sedona Lace FB01 Fan Brush. I purchased this brush a really long time ago, and I kind of got away from using it because I started using like my Sigma Tapered highlighter brush and just other brushes to highlight. But lately, as you guys probably already know, I have really been getting into highlighting my face, and I've really been loving using this fan brush because it fits perfectly on the top of the cheekbone. It applies my highlighter beautifully, and it also kind of buffs it out really nice so that it doesn't leave a really harsh line on the top of my cheekbone. It fits nicely down the center of my nose and also on the top of my cupid's bow. So really love this brush. I think it's really luxurious and just a great brush for highlighting. So next up, I have one eyeshadow palette that I want to share with you guys, and it is the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow Holy Grail palette. I did recently upload a review on this palette, so I will link the tutorial or the review for this down below in the description bar as well as in the top right hand corner of the screen. But this palette will be restocking on April the 1st, and I believe when this video goes up, it will be April 2nd, so it may or may not be sold out, but I will put a link down below for you guys if you want to check it out and if you want to purchase it. But I won't go too much in detail about this palette because, as I mentioned, I did film a full review on my thoughts about it and also swatches of every single color. But I have really been loving it. It is such a beautiful palette, as you can see, of gorgeous warm shades. It's got mattes, it's got shimmers, and it also has satin shades, and the quality is just bomb. So I had to go ahead and mention this because this palette is everything, worth every penny, and I have been loving, loving, loving this. So if you follow me on Snapchat, you would have seen a couple of days, or maybe a couple of weeks ago now, that I depotted some of my MAC blushes and I put them into this MAC blush palette. This palette was actually surprisingly very inexpensive. It was $8 for the actual palette, and then the part that the blushes actually goes in, it snaps inside of the palette, and I think that was $2. So for $10, I was able to purchase the palette from the MAC Pro store in my city. And so I went ahead and depotted all of my MAC blushes, and I am obsessed with this. First of all, it freed up so much space in my drawer that was being taken up by MAC blushes. And then also, it really helped me to be able to see all my blushes much better, and therefore I use them more. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see a video on how I depotted these. It was really, really, really easy, like really easy. So if you would like to see how I did that, let me know down below. The same technique could also be used if you have eyeshadows, if you want to depot those and put them into a palette. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you would like for me to film. I would love to film it for you guys if you're interested, and if you have, you know, blushes and things that you want to depot. But this would be great for traveling, and I'm absolutely in love with it, and now I like want to depot everything and put it into a palette because it's so much more convenient. So the next product that I want to share with you guys is the product that I probably talked a little bit too long about in my Ulta haul because I was so excited about purchasing it. But it is the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow. So she came out with two kits, this one and then a blue one, which I'm assuming is kind of like a more cool toned highlighter palette. But this one is really gorgeous. It has a bunch of really warm, beautiful, bronzy, and champagne shades in it. And I mentioned in my Ulta haul that I just recently kind of started getting into highlighting because since I have really oily skin, I just always assumed that I wouldn't be able to highlight because once my skin started, you know, getting oily and all of that throughout the day, I just didn't need any extra glow happening on my face. But what I've realized is if I really prep my skin and apply really good primers and things like that to help control the oil throughout the day, I can still get my glow on. So I'm really excited about having purchased this because I've heard so many great things about it. I didn't purchase any of her single highlighters, so when she came out with this, I thought it was such a great value. $40 for 4 highlighters, which is basically $10 a highlighter. These are really, really beautiful shades. They're really buttery and just really gorgeous shades in my opinion. The one that I'm wearing on my cheekbones right now is the shade Golden Bronze, which is this shade right here. And I'm just obsessed with these. This one is more of like a golden champagne shade. This one is more like a truer champagne. And then I haven't really used this one too much outside of laying it over top of this bronze one if I want a more intense highlight. But all 4 of these are absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning, and just natural, radiant glow on the cheekbones. And I highly recommend this if you're on the fence about purchasing it. I think it's worth every penny, and I really do think it's a great value, as I mentioned. So last but not least, I want to share a couple of lippies with you guys that I have been loving for the month of March. The first one is the one that I'm wearing on my lips right now, and it is this Colourpop Lippie stick in the shade Toasty. I have been wearing this color pretty much every single day. Earlier in the month of March, I did film a full Colourpop Lippie Stix makeup collection swatches and like mini review type video, which I will link for you guys if you're interested in checking it out. But when I swatched all of those shades, it kind of helped me to like re-fall in love with some of the shades that I have forgotten about since I do have so many of them. And this was one of them. I think this is just a beautiful, everyday mauve pink shade, but it's also a glossy finish. So it's great for every day, and especially now for spring. I just think it looks beautiful and just natural and so just gorgeous in my opinion. So I have been loving this. And then the next 2 that I want to share with you guys are glosses. I've been really into glossy lips lately. I don't know if it's like the spring season or what, but I've really been into like glossy, just really plump, juicy looking lips. So these 2 glosses I've really been loving. These are Lorac Alter Ego Highly Pigmented Lip Glosses. And I have 3 of these, but these 2 in particular have been the 2 that I have been using the most. The first one is in the shade CEO. And it's basically like a really nice mauve-y pink shade. So this is CEO right here. And this is probably the one I've been wearing the most because as you can see, these glosses are super, super pigmented, which I love because it gives you that pigment, but then it's also a really nice gloss and they're not super sticky. They feel really nice and buttery and just comfortable on the lips. So that is CEO right there. And then the other one that I've really been loving is the shade Duchess. And this one is more of like your typical nude shade, like pinky nude shade. So this is Duchess right here. Another really beautiful gloss. And then the other one that I have is a more coral shade, which I may start to wear more often. But these two I just think are beautiful everyday glosses, and I have been wearing them pretty much every day. So definitely wanted to go ahead and mention those to you guys as well. Alright guys, so that is all that I have for you for my monthly favorites. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I was really excited to film my monthly favorites this month because literally all of these products I have been using every single day and I'm like totally completely in love with, and I could not wait to get on here and film this video and share them with you. So let me know down below if you have tried out any of these products, if you love them as much as I'm loving them, if they're on your wish list, or what your favorites were for the month of March. You guys know I always ask you to leave your favorites in the comment section down below because I always love reading over the things that you guys have been loving for the month and just checking out to see if there are any things that I need to add to my personal beauty wish list. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and I did create a Facebook for FashionablyFayy. So you can follow me on there as well. I will have all of the links and everything down below. So I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.